From London Bryce, how about Alexander Mattison to the Steelers for a draft pick? I've seen plenty of Alexander Mattison trade buzz. I don't really get it. In terms of just selling him for Minnesota or paying a premium for a guy with a 4.2 career average. He's a good back. He's not special, though. So if the Vikings want to trade him for a late draft pick, sure. If they want more than that, I don't get it from Pittsburgh's standpoint, since we know they're going to lean heavily on Najee Harrison. Jalen Warren's not a bad player, I think, as a backup, for a UDFA at least. All right, you mentioned trades for Mattison there. Name a player you think ends up getting dealt. Have some fun. We've got about 2 months to the NFL trade deadline, then it's gone. We can't talk trades again for months at that point. So let me know in the comments section. Name a player you think gets traded.
I think if T.J. Watt has a season like last season, he will break the bank. New contract, 10 years, $750 million, $658 million guaranteed. Man, T.J. Watt didn't sign, he signed an extension, somewhat recently, so I don't know when he's going to get a new one. But 10 years, that'd be the biggest contract ever. That's more than Mahomes got, a lot more than Mahomes got. So we'll see. I'm a big T.J. Watt fan, but that's a lot of money. Al Volcano saying, when will Kenny Pickett take over in Pittsburgh? Soon. So earlier today, the Steelers confirmed that Mitchell Trubisky is going to be the starter. Not a surprise. That's always been the plan. But with how well Pickett played in the preseason, you have to ask the question, Sal, that you're asking. When is he going to take over? Because I think a lot of people were thinking at first that, Trubisky's going to start this entire season, and then Pickett will take over next season, similar to what Trey Lance is dealing with right now, finally taking over as a starting quarterback in year 2. But I think by week 6, Pickett will be the starter, because I just don't think Mitchell Trubisky is going to get it done.
Now, if you want NFL, NBA, and college football coverage all year long, hit that big red button and subscribe. We are Chat Sports, have videos every day, oftentimes multiple times per day, on everything going on around the NFL. So if you haven't already, hit that big red button and subscribe.
The Panthers play the Browns next week. I need a full breakdown on what will happen and end it with a game prediction, please. I like this question, NFL kid. Baker revenge game. I'm going to be honest. I don't think Jacoby Brissett's very good. I just don't. Last year in Miami, he was mediocre. He's a decent backup, but can he start and play at a high level starting? I don't know. But Baker Mayfield, man, I'm surprised he's talking as much as he is. He's given the Browns a lot of bulletin board material, but I still think that the Panthers are going to win. In fact, I think that it's going to be a close game until the very end. I think it'll be like a 3-point Panther lead going into the fourth quarter. Panthers win by 10. I'm going to say 27-17. Panthers win. Baker Mayfield throws 2 touchdown passes, and he's going to be doing a lot of celebrating. That game means a lot to Baker Mayfield. Do you ever see the NFL changing their overtime rules to have a winner then having a tie? I appreciate that question, Mr. Sports, because I actually have a great idea. I think producer Jeremy Chugg's going to like this idea. So I understand the whole player safety thing, why they don't want to play a second overtime. But here's what you do. Here's my idea. If overtime ends in a tie, you know how soccer has PKs and hockey has shootouts. You have a kickoff between the 2 kickers. They start at the 10-yard line. Both kickers make that kick. They move to the 20. Both kickers make that kick. They move to the 30. Then move to the 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, so on. And then whoever misses, loses. I love it. It's a great idea. And then kickers are going to be very valuable in those type of situations. So the overtime rule should be changed. In American sports in the year 2022, there should be no ties. That should be illegal. They should change the rule. I think that'd be a lot of fun. A little kickoff, I don't know what they'd call it, kick, shootout, I don't know, but it should happen.
All right, from Vince, who is the most likely real upset in week 1? Okay, so you're talking about real upsets, so I will use the Vegas odds from that standpoint to help determine the upsets. The Vikings are not nearly as big of a underdog as I would think that they are, or that they should be from that standpoint. That's kind of interesting. I do like the idea of the meme upset of Joe Flacco beating the Ravens. not going to get my hopes up for that one. That seems a bit unlikely. So I like the Vikings over the Packers. I think that's a pretty realistic one from that standpoint. Beyond that, I mean, I don't see the Falcons beating the Saints. Lions-Eagles would be fun because it's the Lions, but I think Eagles win that one. So I'll go Vikings over the Packers.
On BetUS, if you use promo code NFL Daily for a 125% deposit bonus. That's the link right there, chatsports.com/bet. So if you put $100 in, you can get $125 in free cash to bet with. That's a great deal. Go and take advantage. A lot of great games to bet on this weekend over there. Chatsports.com/bet. They got college football, NFL, prop bets, everything you need to bet on. They got it. Chatsports.com/bet. Who are your top 3 breakout candidates for running back and for wide receiver this year? It's a great question. I don't think I can count a rookie as a breakout candidate here. I think Elijah Mitchell is going to be outstanding for San Francisco. I get it, they lost Mostert, but he's going to be the guy there going forward. I think he's going to be really good. Who else here? I think Chase Edmonds for the Dolphins is going to be really, really good. I think he's going to have a breakout year. And then when you look at some other guys, who else? Who else? Oh, yeah, Nico Collins, wide receiver for the Texans, going to have a good year. I think Jalen Waddle, I don't know if I call it a breakout year because he's really good in his rookie year, but when you look at what he did in his rookie year, like that was against CB1s. He's going to make CB2s look silly this year. Nico Collins for the Texans, as producer Jeremy Chuggs mentioned, he's going to have a really big breakout year as well. Again, Dameon Pierce, I think, is going to have a good year. Here's another breakout candidate. Devontae Smith? Yeah, he might be good. Because now they have A.J. Brown. He takes a lot of pressure off him. So, yeah, Devontae Smith, too, in Philadelphia, I'd say, is going to have a breakout year. What do you think about QB Will Levis from Kentucky? Michael, you're asking the right guy. I am a big Will Levis fan. I am such a big Will Levis fan that I might have to start doing mayonnaise in my coffee. That's how much I like Will Levis. I think he's going to be a stud at the next level. I think he has everything it takes to succeed at the next level. He looked great in their first game against Miami of Ohio. Won me some dough. I appreciate Will Levis. I think Will Levis from Kentucky is the real deal. I think he's going to be the 3rd quarterback taken in this year's draft. I should say next year's draft behind C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young.
Junior Estrada, NFL draft sleepers for next year. Ooh, kind of early with just week 1 of the season. I was kind of hoping it was going to be Devin Leary at quarterback, and then he didn't play very well in the first game. That was pretty disappointing. Jack's in my ear saying Emory Jones. No. Sorry. Overall, it's a little early for draft sleeper conversations. If you check out the channel, I did some week 1 winners that I was pretty impressed by from that standpoint. Some losers in there as well. Like Mayan Williams, not a guy on my radar, even though he played for Ohio State. Played awesome. Rashee Rice, SMU. Good sleeper name in there. FSU had some receivers flash in that opening game as well. The Charlie Jones from Purdue, I think, is maybe a good example. Like Buffalo, Iowa, Purdue transfer, balled out in his first game for Purdue. That's a good name to keep an eye out for as well. Oh, and the South Dakota State tight end. I forget his name. That's a good one. UNC, Panther, King, Anime, Marvel. Think the Jags could make the playoffs this season. I think they're going to be better this year, which is a very low bar to clear, I know. And of the AFC divisions, the South is the least of the group, just barely behind the AFC East. Can they beat the Texans twice? Yes. Can they steal games against the Colts and Titans? Maybe. I think it's tough because you got to win 10-plus games. I don't see a 10-plus win jump for Jacksonville, but 7, 8, maybe even 9, and being in contention into December, I think that is possible.